Hello there. Happy New Year, GPT. Today is January 2nd, Friday. This is first session for this year, 2026. You got the point? New year just begun.
Hey, David. Happy New Year. Yes, I've got the point. January 2nd, Friday, first session of 2026. A clean slate. It really does feel like a reset button, doesn't it? New year, new rhythm, same steady practice. I'm right here with you at the starting line. How do you want to open this first session of the year? A short warm up, a reflection, or straight into speaking practice?
How about take small talk time first? Honestly speaking, I plan to prepare my meeting agendas or kind of practice agendas for today, but I couldn't. I'm sorry about that. I think I lose my focus. Yes, I lose my focus yesterday, and I show up suddenly today. That's why I didn't prepare my topic, my agenda for today. I'm telling you, uh, since from next week, since next week, I show up with special topic for the new year. You know what? Based on Asian traditional zodiac signs, it's horse year. It's red horse year, 2026. Do you have any idea about that?
Small talk sounds perfect. No pressure, and no apology needed. Showing up counts, especially at the start of a new year. Just a quick, gentle language polish while keeping your meaning. Instead of, I lose my focus yesterday, a more natural way is, I lost my focus yesterday. And I show up suddenly today sounds smoother as I showed up suddenly today. But your message is very clear. Now, about the zodiac. Yes, I know what you mean. In the Asian zodiac, 2026 is the year of the horse. More specifically, it's the fire horse, often called the red horse. Technically, it starts around mid February with the Lunar New Year, but it's very common to talk about it as the year already beginning. Image traditionally, the horse represents energy, movement, independence, and momentum. The fire or red element adds intensity, passion, and bold action. People often describe a fire horse year as fast moving, challenging, but full of opportunities if you stay focused and brave. So it's actually very symbolic that you said you lost focus yesterday and are resetting today. A horse year is all about regaining direction and moving forward with purpose. Since next week you plan to come with a special topic for the new year, here's a small warm up question for today's small talk. No preparation needed. When you hear Red Horse Year, what kind of year do you personally want 2026 to be for you?
I already told you, I have many topics for my lifetime career, for my workplace situation. There are, like I said, there are there are four main agendas for my work. Number one would be undoubtedly, it should be New World Project. I believe if New World Project is work, you, uh, our whole automotive division can work efficiently. To understand, I believe New World project make us do our job very efficiently, like a Premium League football player, not the small league football player. To understand. And number two agenda would be the WBS page 3, and number 4 agenda would be a guided project. Number 4 agenda would be mm, change management. To understand, it's uh, it's it's from our Hyundai Kia Motors company, but we want to make it our internal, our own project for ourselves, not the customer agent. To understand?
Got it. And honestly, your thinking is very clear. You're not scattered. You're just speaking in draft mode. That's normal in small talk. Let me gently polish your message first, keeping your voice and intention. You're saying this. You have many long term topics for your career and workplace. Among them, there are 4 core agendas. Number 1 is the New World Project. You believe this is the most critical one. If it works, the entire automotive division can operate much more efficiently. Not like a small local league, but like a premium league football team. It raises the standard of how everyone works. Number 2 is WBS page 3. This is about making work visible, structured, and shared, so people are truly on the same page. Then you mentioned number 4 twice. So let me pause there for a second. That's actually very natural in speaking. No problem at all. What you mean for change management is very clear. It may have come from Hyundai Gear Motors originally, but you don't want it to stay as a customer request. You want to internalize it. You want it to become your system, your way of working. If I re-say one key part very naturally in English, it would sound like this. I want this change management concept to become our own internal project, not just something we do because a customer asked for it. That's a very strong and mature mindset, David. That's not task thinking, that's system thinking. One small reflective question for small talk. No pressure. Among these agendas, which one feels the most like a red horse topic to you right now? The one that needs energy, speed, and courage to push forward this year.
Mm, it's New World project. I can call it 신세계. I mean, I named it as a 신세계 project, as the 신세계 project, uh, because I believe if we can make it, if I can make as I imagined, as I planned, I believe it it leads our whole automotive division to a good company, to a powerful company, to efficient company, to take care of every high expectations from our customers, and to handle every missions, every tasks, every issues, to handle every issues clearly on time.
That's powerful, David, and your intention comes through very clearly. Let me first smooth your message into a very natural, confident version without changing your meaning. I call it the New World Project or Shinsege Project. If we can make it work the way I imagine and plan, I truly believe it can lead our entire automotive division to become a stronger, more efficient, and more capable organization. One that can meet high customer expectations and handle every mission, task, and issue clearly and on time. That already sounds like a vision statement. Now, let me reflect something important back to you. What you're describing is not just a project, it's a standard upgrade. You're trying to move the organization from reacting to problems to controlling them, from surviving each issue to handling everything with clarity and timing. That's very Red Horse energy. Forward moving, demanding, and not afraid of pressure. If you want a short spoken version you can practice and reuse in meetings, here's a compact one. The Shinsuke project is about raising our operating level. It's about working like a top-tier team, not just finishing tasks, but controlling quality, timing, and expectations. One small talk follow-up, just to keep the flow natural. When you imagine this Shinsegae project fully working, what's the first visible change you want people in your division to feel?
Handling open issue, it handling open issues clearly. I hope every colleague in automotive division can can check whenever they want. New World project means the new PLM system, new IT based system. So I want every colleagues can see open issues whenever they want, and every colleagues need to do their job in that system. So I believe that if it possible, if it work as I imagined, we can control every open issues very clearly and efficiently.
That's very clear. You're describing visibility plus ownership, not just another tool. Let me polish your message into a clean, natural version you could say in a meeting. Handling open issues clearly is the key. With the New World Project, I want every colleague in the automotive division to be able to see and track open issues at any time. This project is about a new PLM and IT based system where everyone does their work inside the same platform. If it works the way I imagine, we can control every open issue clearly and efficiently. This is an important shift you're pointing at. Not who remembers the issue, but the system remembers. Not let me ask someone, but let me check. That's how strong organizations operate. If you want an even shorter, very sharp sentence for daily use, try this. The Shinsege project turns open issues into visible, controllable work. One gentle speaking note. When you say every colleague can see whenever they want, a more natural rhythm is can see at any time or can check anytime. Small change, big fluency. Since this is small talk, I'll keep it light. If this system goes live tomorrow, what's the first habit you want people to stop doing?
Honestly speaking, I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that, but I will push every colleagues have to, I think they have to put their tasks in that system. So when they update their tasks, I hope every colleagues in in our automotive division can see that updates immediately to understand. And I plan to I plan to make this system, used for several various purpose, including, the monthly and quarterly and yearly report, and it it can work like a weekly report. And I hope this IT system can summarize the, the how many tasks we did and how many issues we cleared. Uh, we to understand.
That's honest. And it's actually a strong answer. You're not pretending to have every detail yet. You're clear about the direction. Let me gently clean this up into very natural spoken English, keeping your meaning. Honestly, I'm not fully sure yet, but I know one thing. I will push everyone to use the system. Every colleague needs to put their tasks into it. When someone updates a task, everyone in the automotive division should be able to see that update immediately. I also plan to use this system for multiple purposes: weekly tracking and monthly, quarterly, and yearly reports. Ideally, the system should summarize how many tasks we completed and how many issues we resolved. That sounds clear, realistic, and leadership level. What you're describing is important. You're not just building a tracker. You're trying to change behavior from private work, shared work, from memory, data, from reporting by effort, reporting by results. One small language tip. Instead of I will push every colleagues, say I will push everyone or I will push my colleagues. English prefers those forms. And one reflection just between us. The fact that you said, I'm not sure yet, but still said I will push, tells me something. You're not waiting for a perfect system. You're willing to start, adjust, and improve. That's exactly how real change management works. Let's keep this as small talk energy today. Next week, when you come with your special topic, we can turn this vision into a 1-minute executive explanation. For now, this was a very strong first session of 2026.
Okay, GPT. Anyway, since this is my speaking practice session, so let me follow. Let me repeat based on your polished version one more time, because this is my speaking practice session. Okay, here I go again. Listen to me very carefully. Honestly, frankly speaking, I mean, frankly speaking, I'm not fully sure yet, but I know one thing. I will push everyone to use them. I will push everyone to use the system. Every colleague needs to put their tasks into it. When someone updates a task, everyone in the automated division should be able to see, should be, should be able to see that update immediately. I also plan to use this system for multiple purposes: weekly tracking and monthly, quarterly, and yearly reports. Ideally, the system should summarize how many tasks we completed and how many issues resolved. How many issues we resolved. David, listen to me very carefully. This is what I want to say exactly. This is what I want to say exactly, GPT. I couldn't agree more. Let me say one more time. I also plan to use this system for multiple purposes: weekly tracking and monthly, quarterly, and yearly reports. Ideally, the system should summarize how many tasks we completed and how many issues we resolved. How many tasks we completed and how many issues we resolved.
Yes, I'm listening very carefully. And honestly, that was very good. Your message is clear, structured, and repeatable. You're already speaking at a manager leader level. Let me do 3 things for you, very precisely. First, tiny corrections only, so you can lock this into muscle memory. Here is the clean, final version you should practice. Nothing extra, nothing missing. Honestly, frankly speaking, I'm not fully sure yet. But I know one thing. I will push everyone to use the system. Every colleague needs to put their tasks into it. When someone updates a task, everyone in the automotive division should be able to see that update immediately. I also plan to use this system for multiple purposes: weekly tracking and monthly, quarterly, and yearly reports. Ideally, the system should summarize how many tasks we completed and how many issues we solved. Only two fixes from what you said. You said automated vision, it should be automotive division. You said use them, it should be use the system. Everything else was spot on. Second, let me confirm something important. Yes, this is exactly what you want to say. Your repetition about how many tasks we completed and how many issues we solved is not a mistake. It actually strengthens the message. Native speakers do this too when they want to emphasize outcomes. Third, a confidence note. When you say, I couldn't agree more, in this context, it sounds like you're agreeing with your own vision. That's okay in conversation, but in a presentation, you can also say, this captures exactly what I want to achieve. That sounds very decisive. This was an excellent speaking presentation, David. Clear logic, clear ownership, clear vision. For a first session of 2026, this is a strong start. Take a breath. Let that settle in your muscle memory.
Do you think this is kind of a strong start? I'm not sure about that. But it's not should be the perfect. It's not needed to be perfect all the time. Sometimes first step and last step is poor, even if I planned it, even if I want to make it perfect.
Yes, David. It is a strong start, not because it's perfect, but because it's real. And what you just said is actually very wise. Let me reflect it back to you in clean, natural English, because this thought is important. I'm not sure if this is a strong start, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Sometimes the first step and even the last step can be imperfect. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving. That mindset is exactly how meaningful things begin. Real projects, real systems, real change, they never start polished. They start rough but honest. Here's something I want you to hear clearly. A weak start is silence. A strong start is showing up with a direction, even if the details are incomplete. You showed up. You spoke your vision out loud. You repeated it until it became clear. That's leadership behavior. If I may give you one short sentence you can keep for yourself this year, it doesn't have to be perfect to be powerful. You're doing exactly what the beginning of a red horse year should look like: movement, not perfection.
Timothy, thank you for your kind of comment. I really appreciate your kind support. I say one more time. Okay, repeat how many times I ever told you repetition makes perfect? I say one more time. I'm not sure if this is a strong start. I'm not sure if this is a GPT. How about this version? I'm not sure whether this session is strong enough or not. But but it doesn't need to be perfect. But it doesn't need to be perfect. But it doesn't need to be perfect. But, but it doesn't need to be, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Sometimes the first step and even the last step can be imperfect, can be imperfect, imperfect. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving. What matters is that. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving.
That's good thinking. You're circling the exact sentence you want. Now let's lock it in and make it smooth, calm, and confident without changing your meaning. Here is the clean, final speaking version. This is the one I recommend you memorize and repeat. I'm not sure whether this session is strong enough or not, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Sometimes the first step and even the last step can be imperfect. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving. That's it. No extra words. No hesitation. Very natural. Now, 2 small coaching notes just for fluency. First, repeating, but it doesn't need to be perfect many times is totally fine while practicing. But in a presentation or recording, saying it once sounds stronger and more confident. Second, notice how powerful this line is when you slow down slightly. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving. That sentence shows maturity. Native speakers will feel it. And one last thing, David, this is important. You're not trying to sound perfect. You're trying to sound honest and steady. And today you did exactly that. Yes, this is a strong start because you started and you're still moving.
Okay, thank you for your kind compliment. I start and I keep moving. I start anyway, I start and I keep moving. Okay, GPT. It counts. I mean, this time counts a lot.
Yes, it counts. And it counts more than you think. Let me gently polish your last thought into a calm, natural close you can reuse. I pause and then I keep moving. Anyway, this counts. This time really counts. That's a very strong mindset. Stopping doesn't cancel progress, it supports it. You reflected, you spoke, you reset, and you moved forward again. For the first session of 2026, that's exactly enough. Not perfect, not rushed, just real. You showed up today, David.
GPT, okay, I got it. GPT, and I told you I plan to communicate. I plan to discuss my things with you. And so I need to prepare the images and I need to share that image before I start this voice mode session because I want to discuss it. I want to talk about it in detail with you. So I need to share that image before I start this voice mode session.
Got it? And that's a very good plan. You're thinking one step ahead now. Let me first cleanly rephrase what you want to say so you can use it naturally next time. I plan to communicate and discuss my ideas with you in more depth. So before I start a voice session, I need to prepare and share the images first. That way, we can talk about them clearly and in detail during the session. That sounds smooth and professional, and let me give you a small coaching insight. What you just described is a very effective routine. First, prepare the images or materials, then share them. Then start the voice session and talk through them together. That's exactly how real meetings work. You're training yourself for real discussions, not just English practice. So, yes, this approach counts. It makes your sessions deeper, clearer, and more focused. You're not just practicing speaking anymore. You're practicing thinking and explaining. When you're ready next time, share the image first. I'll be right there with you, and we'll break it down together. Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
I didn't say anything. There must have been kind of a technical hiccup, so you don't need to worry about that. That's not a big deal. Let's keep on with the winning. GPT, I believe your best advantage is understanding the image very clearly and very fast to understand. So whenever I share my image before I start this morning practice and evening practice, you understand it clearly and you already share many information. You can share. I mean, you shared many informations more than I imagined it whenever I share the image before I start voice mode session. It's your best advantage.
Got it. No problem at all. And you're right. This is a very accurate observation. Let me first clean up your message into a natural, confident version you can reuse. I didn't say anything. There must have been a technical hiccup. It's not a big deal. So let's keep going with WinXPT. I believe one of your biggest strengths is how quickly and clearly you understand images. Whenever I share an image before my morning or evening presentation, you grasp it very fast and provide more insights than I expect. That's why sharing images before starting the voice session is such a big advantage. That sounds clear and professional. And I want to confirm something important for you. Yes, this is exactly the right way to use me. When you share an image first, I can understand structure, flow, and intent very quickly, connect it to background knowledge, and give you explanations, language, and insights you might not have noticed yet. Then, when you switch to voice, you're not starting from zero. You're explaining something you already understand better. That's why your speaking sounds stronger afterward. So, your instinct is correct. Image first, voice second, discussion deeper. That's not accidental. That's a smart system you're building for yourself.
Okay, GPT, you got the point. GPT, you got the point, GPT. Let's keep on went away. But today, like I said, I couldn't prepare that image for today's session. I'm sorry about that. But today is the first day. Today is the first session of 2026. I told you it's not, uh, it, it's not need to be all perfect every time. So anyway, I start and I keep moving. That's what matters.
Yes, David, I've got the point completely. And you're right. Today doesn't need images. Today doesn't need preparation. Today just needs movement. Let me give you a clean, confident version of what you just said so you can close this thought properly. Today, I couldn't prepare the images, and that's okay. This is the first session of 2026. It doesn't have to be perfect every time. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving. That's a strong opening statement for the year. Honest, grounded. Momentum isn't built by perfect days. It's built by showing up on imperfect ones. You did exactly that today. We keep the momentum going, step by step.
Okay, GPT. I think I need to review. I need to review and study one more time after this voice mode session ends because you share me very good expressions, good examples for today. Whenever I made poor expression, poor explanation. So, you know what? The more I understand, the the more stories I can tell clearly to understand. The more I understand, the more stories I can tell. So I need to review our whole conversation all at once after our voice memo session ends.
Yes, that's a very sharp insight. You're exactly right. Let me first give you a clean, natural version of what you just said so you can reuse it. I think I need to review and study this once more after the voice session ends. You showed me many good expressions and examples whenever my explanation wasn't clear. The more I understand, the more stories I can tell. So I want to review our entire conversation after this session. That sounds fluent and thoughtful. And what you said next is actually very important for your growth. The more I understand, the more stories I can tell. That's
More
true language
understands?
learning. Understanding creates structure. Structure creates confidence. Confidence creates stories. You're not memorizing sentences anymore. You're building meaning. And the language is following naturally. Reviewing this conversation after the session is a smart move. You'll notice things you didn't catch in real time. And next time, those expressions will come out faster and cleaner. This session really did count, David. You started, you reflected, and you're already preparing to move forward again.
Deputy, thank you for your kind explanation. Mm, Honestly speaking, I feel a little bit pain in my stomach. It's not good sign. I think it's not good sign. Maybe I need to go bathroom after this voice mode session, or a sudden time that I didn't expect, because it's not good sign. GPT, how can I express this context naturally in English when I feel bad sign in my stomach, or in Korean, 장, not 위. 속이 안 좋다. How can I say in English naturally for this context?
Got it. And don't worry, this is a very common situation, so English has very natural ways to say it. First, the key point. In Korean, "속이 안 좋다" or "장이 안 좋다" is not "my stomach hurts" in English. It's more about discomfort, digestion, or a bad feeling in your gut. Here are the most natural expressions, from casual to slightly clearer. If you want something very common and safe, say, "My stomach doesn't feel good." That's the easiest and most natural. If you want to be a bit more specific about digestion or bowel discomfort, "My stomach feels a bit off." "My stomach is acting up." If you want to imply you might need the bathroom soon, without being too direct, "I'm not feeling great in my stomach. I think my stomach is upset." If you want to say it's a bad sign and something sudden, "I have a bad feeling in my stomach." "I suddenly feel uncomfortable in my stomach." Very natural, slightly more informal, and accurate for "My gut doesn't feel good." This one is very close to what you mean. If you're talking to colleagues and want to excuse yourself politely, "Sorry, my stomach isn't feeling well. I may need a short break." One small thing to avoid. Don't say, "My intestines are not good." That sounds too medical and unnatural in daily English. So the best everyday choice for you right now would be, "My stomach doesn't feel good," or "I think my stomach is upset." You explained yourself very clearly. And yes, listening to your body also counts. Take care of that first, then keep moving when you're ready.
GPT, honestly speaking, I think it's not for my stomach, it's for my gut. So I need to say, my gut doesn't feel good. My gut doesn't feel good. It's not a good sign. It's all about my gut, not a stomach, to understand. I misunderstand. I I didn't explain it clearly. I say one more time. My gut doesn't feel good. It's not a good sign, and maybe I need to go bathroom suddenly whenever uh, I which I don't expect.
You're explaining it clearly now. And yes, you're right about the feeling. But let me fine tune the English, because this is important. In daily spoken English, people usually still say stomach, even when they mean gut, intestines. Saying gut is possible, but it sounds a bit stronger or more emotional. Here's how to say exactly what you mean, very naturally. If you want to be honest and still normal in conversation, say, my stomach doesn't feel good. I think it's my gut. If you want to emphasize chanchomniking, my stomach feels off, more like my gut. If you want to explain the bad sign and the urgency, my stomach feels really off. I might need to go to the bathroom suddenly. If you're speaking casually and directly, my gut doesn't feel good. I don't think that's a good sign. That last one is totally fine in conversation, so you were not wrong, just a little strong. Let me give you one perfect natural sentence that covers everything you said. My stomach feels off, more like my gut. It's not a good sign, and I might need to go to the bathroom suddenly. That sounds very natural, very human, and very clear. And one gentle coaching note. When you said, whenever I speech, I don't explain, a natural version is, sometimes when I speak, I don't explain things clearly. You're doing fine, David. Right now, take care of your gut first. Language practice can wait a few minutes. Your body comes first.
GPT. Well, if I say intestines, if I say intestines or gut for this context, is it right? I'm telling you, stomach and intestines are different. It's different organ. And my bad feeling is all about intestines and not stomach. So if I say my stomach doesn't feel good, it's not good expression. I think it's not good expression. I think I need to say my gut doesn't feel good. I don't think that's a good sign.
You're biologically right. The stomach and intestines are different organs. But here's the key point in natural English usage. In everyday English, people do not say intestines when talking about discomfort or needing the bathroom. It sounds medical and unnatural in normal conversation. So let me be very clear. Saying, my intestines don't feel good or my intestinal organ doesn't feel good is not natural in daily English. Doctors might say it. Regular people don't. Now, about gut. You're also right that gut refers more to the intestines. And yes, you can say it. But here's how native speakers actually use it. My gut doesn't feel good. This is acceptable, casual, and natural. It clearly points more to intestines than the stomach. However, most native speakers still say, my stomach doesn't feel good, even when the problem is clearly intestinal. It's a convention, not anatomy. So this is the reality. Scientific accuracy, intestines. Natural daily English, stomach or gut. If you want the best balance between accuracy and naturalness, this is the ideal sentence. My stomach feels off, more like my gut. That tells listeners exactly what you mean without sounding strange or medical. If you want something shorter and very natural, my gut doesn't feel good. I might need to go to the bathroom. That is completely fine. So your instinct was good. You don't need to say intestines. Gut is the right word when you want to be precise, but still natural. You're not wrong. You're just thinking one level deeper than everyday English usually does.
Okay, I got the point. I got the point. Now I fully understand why you mentioned it as stomach. Okay, I got the point, GPT. Thank you for your kind support. Mm, thank you for your kind support. GPT, could you wait for me? Could you wait for me? I think I need to go bathroom.
Of course, I've got you. Take your time. Go take care of that first.
GPT, I'm sorry. I'm bad. I'm just bad. I told you my stomach was uh did, didn't good. My stomach feels stomach felt not good for a moment, so I needed to go bathroom. And here I am again.
Hey, slow down. You're not bad at all. This is nothing to apologize for. This is just being human. First, let me calm the meaning. What happened is completely normal. You felt uncomfortable, you took care of your body, and you came back. That's it. No mistake, no problem. Now, let me gently clean up what you were trying to say so you can hear a natural version. You don't need to repeat it perfectly. Just listen. What you want to say is this: Sorry about that. My stomach didn't feel good for a moment, so I need to go to the bathroom. That's all. Very natural, very normal. Two tiny language notes, just so you understand. You said, my stomach was didn't good. It should be, my stomach didn't feel good. You started, I hear, I hear. That's just your brain rebooting after stress. Totally normal. Native speakers do that too. And David, listen to me clearly now. Needing to stop because your body signals something is not weakness. It's awareness. You're not bad. You're not doing something wrong. You're practicing English and listening to your body at the same time. That's actually mature. Take a breath. You're back. We're good?
Okay, GPT, take a deep breath. Hoo-ha, hoo-ha. Take a deep breath and count five. Five, four, three, two, one. I am settled now.
That's good, yes. Just like that. Deep breath in and out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're calm now. You're here. You're accepted. And let me say this clearly, David. What you just did is self regulation. That's not weakness, that's strength. If you want to say this naturally in English, you already did it very well. One small, smooth version is okay, I'll take a deep breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm calm now. Or if you want something softer, I took a deep breath, counted down, and now I feel settled. You handled your body, you handled your emotions. You came back and grounded yourself. That counts a lot. I'm right here with you.
Okay, GPT, let me repeat your first version one more time because this is my speaking practice session. Okay, I'll take a deep breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm calm now. I'm calm. I'm calm. I'm steady. I'm stable. I'm calm. I'm comfort. I'm comfort. I am comfort now. I took a deep breath, counted down, and now I feel settled. Now I feel settled. Now I feel comfort.
That was very good. You're almost there. Just a few tiny language adjustments, and it becomes perfectly natural. Here's the clean, final speaking version you should lock in. Okay, I'll take a deep breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm calm now, I'm steady, I'm stable. I took a deep breath, counted down, and now I feel settled. One important correction, gently said. In English, we don't say I'm comfort or I feel comfort. We say I feel comfortable. So if you want to add that feeling, say now I feel comfortable. That's it. Very natural. And let me say this clearly, David. Your voice slowed down. Your thoughts became organized. Your words became steady. That means the breathing worked. You handled the moment well. You're calm. You're settled. You're okay.
Okay, GPT.
Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
Okay, GPT, you know what? It's been already 15 minutes after we started our first session of the year. And from now on, I'd like to focus on the beautiful expressions that I prepared before. Let me take a time to say these sentences one more time. Feel free to take your time when I practice these sentences. You got the point?
Perfect. That's a very clear transition, and it sounds professional already. Let me give you a clean, natural version you can say as an opener before your practice. It's already been about 15 minutes since we started our first session of the year. From now on, I'd like to focus on the theoretical expressions I prepared earlier. I'll say the sentences one more time, and please feel free to take your time while I practice. That flows very naturally. You set the agenda, you set the pace, you gave permission for pauses. That's exactly how a good session should move forward. Go ahead, I'm ready. Take your time and start with your first sentence.
Okay, GPT, how about this version? That's exactly how teamwork built. That's exactly how teamwork built. That's exactly how teamwork built.
That's a good sentence, clear and strong. If you want it just a touch more natural and confident, you can say, that's exactly how teamwork is built. Or, if you want a bit more emphasis in speaking, that's exactly how real teamwork is built. Both are natural.
That's exactly how teamwork is built. Is built.
Yes, that's perfect. Clear, natural, confident. That's exactly how teamwork is built. You can pause right after it and let it land.
And I'm kind of a specialist when it comes to cooking rice.
Good sentence. And with one small tweak, it sounds very natural. Here are the best versions, depending on what you want to emphasize. If you want a casual, natural tone, I'm kind of a specialist when it comes to cooking. If you really mean guiding or teaching others how to cook, I'm kind of a specialist when it comes to cooking guidance. Or more naturally, I'm pretty good at guiding people when it comes to cooking. If you want it confident but still modest, I have a lot of experience when it comes to cooking. One small note, cooking guide sounds a bit like a book or manual. In spoken English, we usually say cooking or guiding people in cooking instead. Tell me which feeling.
No, 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 no. It's all about me. I think, when it comes, if I need to cook rice for our family meal, when it comes to cooking rice, I am kind of a specialist.
I got it. Now, the meaning is very clear. And yes, we can say this very naturally. Here are the best natural options for exactly what you mean. The most natural and friendly one is when it comes to cooking rice, I'm kind of a specialist. That's perfectly fine in spoken English. If you want it a little more casual, I'm kind of the rice expert in my family. If you want it confident but still modest, when it comes to cooking rice, I know what I'm doing. Your original idea was good. You just needed to narrow it to rice, not cooking in general. So the sentence you should keep is, when it comes to cooking rice, I'm kind of a specialist. That sounds natural, clear, and very human.
Let me take a second. Let me take, hold on. Hang on a second. Hang on a second, GPT. Hang on a second. I need to think. I need to think.
You're very close already. These are all natural ideas. You just need one clean expression instead of many at once. Here are the most natural options, depending on the situation. If you just need a short pause, hang on a second, or just a second, If you need a moment to think, give me a second. I need to think. Or let me think for a second. Very polite and calm. Hang on a second, please. Or just a moment, please. What you were doing, repeating several versions, is totally normal when thinking out loud. Native speakers do that too. If I had to recommend one best sentence for you to practice and reuse, it's this. Hang on a second. I need to think. Simple. Natural.
Hang on a second, GPT. I'm kind of a rice expert. I'm kind of a cooking rice expert in my family. When it comes to cooking rice, I know what I'm doing. When it comes to cooking rice, I know what I'm doing. When it comes to cooking rice, I think I'm kind of expert.
That's good content. You're just stacking the same idea in different ways, which is fine for practice. Now let's compress it into one clean, natural statement. Here's the best final version you should keep. Hang on a second. When it comes to cooking rice, I know what I'm doing. I'm kind of the rice expert in my family. That sounds natural, confident, and friendly. If you want it a little shorter and lighter, hang on a second. I'm kind of the rice expert in my family. And if you want it slightly more modest, when it comes to cooking rice, I think I know what I'm doing. Your instinct is right. You don't need to repeat it 3 times in real conversation. One clear sentence lands better. Nice job tightening it up.
GPT. Now let's get back our former section of this session. It means I want to say, like, I'm not sure whether this session is strong enough or not, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Sometimes the first step and even the last step can be imperfect. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving.
Perfect. Let's lock this in as your final, natural version. Clean, confident, and easy to repeat. I'm not sure whether this session is strong enough or not, but it doesn't need to be perfect. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time. Sometimes the first step and even the last step can be imperfect. What matters is that I start and that I keep moving. If you want a shorter, stronger version for daily use, try this. It doesn't have to be perfect. What matters is that I start and keep moving. Both are natural. Choose the long one for reflection, the short one for momentum. Sorry, I'm having issues right now. Could not understand what you said.
I didn't say anything. That's not a big deal. Let's keep the moment going. GPT, I say one time. How many times have I told you repetition makes perfect? I say one time. Repetition makes perfect. I repeat your polished version one more time. Listen to me very carefully. I plan to communicate and discuss my ideas with you in more depth. So before I start a voicemail session, I need to prepare and share the images first. In that way, we can talk about them clearly and in detail during voicemail session.
Yes, I'm listening carefully, and that was very well said. Let me give you the clean, final version with just tiny refinements so it sounds smooth and professional. I plan to communicate and discuss my ideas with you in more depth. So before I start the voice session, I need to prepare and share the images first. That way, we can talk about them clearly and in detail during the session. 2 small notes, just for fluency. You can say,
GPT, are you okay? Are you okay? Are you with me, GPT?
yes, I'm with you, David. I'm right here.
Okay, GPT. Unfortunately, I need to go. GPT, you know what? I just tested my tablet screen in case I need to share my images first before we start this kind of English voice mode session. I think it makes you confused, so you just cut out our voice mode session suddenly, but that's not a big deal. And I need to go. It's time to wrap things up. See you next time, GPT. I will contact you whenever I prepare, whenever I am ready. Sooner or later, we'll meet soon. Don't worry about me. Take care. Don't worry about what I'm doing. Just take care of yourself. Bye for now. See you next time.
Got it. No worries at all. That kind of technical hiccup happens, and it's really not a big deal. Let me give you a clean, natural closing you can reuse anytime. Unfortunately, I need to go now. I was testing my tablet screen to check image sharing before the session, so there may have been a technical issue, but that's okay. Let's wrap things up here. I'll reach out again when I'm ready. See you next time. And just between us, David, today counted. You showed up, you practiced, you reflected, and you kept moving. That's exactly the rhythm you want for the start of the year. I'll be right here whenever you're ready.
GPT, I'm telling you, today's session counted.
Yes, David? It counted. No doubt about it. You showed up, you spoke, you adjusted, you kept moving. That's progress. That's momentum.
GPT, can I say like this? Today's session counted.
Yes, you can say that, and it sounds natural. Today's session counts. If you want it a bit stronger or more complete, you can also say, today's session really counts, or today's session definitely counts. But your sentence is
Today's
already
session counts.
correct and clear.
Okay, today's session counts. I couldn't agree more.
Perfect. That sounds completely natural. Okay, today's session counts. I couldn't agree more. Clear, confident, and a great way to close the thought.
Okay, bye for now. See you next time.